All right, Jack, you ready?
Reed, yeah, let's go.
All right. Let me get a better angle here. Hello, everybody, as we get adjusted. I'm Reed Marchman. This is Jack McGovern. We're here at Minneapolis versus Indianapolis beautiful, on a beautiful day here in a beautiful city at a beautiful field. Plenty of beautiful people.
Yeah, and we got some beautiful Quidditch coming up. We got two teams in the North Division that have come out really strong this season, both with sweeps of the Detroit Innovators on a collision course for that #1 seed in the western half of the North Division. We're 1 week out from the North Division Championship next weekend in South Bend, Indiana, and this is going to determine who's going to be playing for the division title.
It's really exciting. Yeah, last year we got a behemoth clash between these two teams. Minneapolis kind of capturing the hearts of a lot of fans in Major League
Absolutely.
Quidditch, pulling a what at the time felt like a big upset. You know,
Yeah.
3-0 over Indianapolis. The reigning champs like ran the North for years, and now we've got some storylines. We've got some competition. A hungry Indianapolis with a new refired passion to get back into this game, and a Minneapolis that's really trying to hold strong.
Yeah, absolutely. The Monarchs are coming into this series as the defending champions, trying to hold their crown on home turf here in Minneapolis, and it's the Intensity who come in as the underdogs today, looking to reclaim their spot atop the division.
A home turf that has actually produced the largest crowd that we've seen this year in Major League Quidditch. Over $700 in ticket sales alone for a venue like this. And in coming to a city that is relatively new to the Major League Quidditch scene, not a lot to be expected, but man, do they show up big.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see the growth of Quidditch in Minnesota. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
The program at the University of Minnesota has been going strong for more than a decade now. And in the club division, TC Frost has been a pillar of the community for a long time. And the Monarchs, of course, entered Major League Quidditch as an expansion franchise in 2019.
Yep.
This is their third season on the pitch. And they're already just showing out and growing as a program. They have practice squad members and just a really exciting roster.
Yeah, coach and beater Cody Narveson was talking about how excited he was after having some of the turnover that he was talking about. Usually that's brought up as a negative thing, and yes, those players will be missed. Some of those being the Henry Bear Bensons, the Paguadas, and the like. He was actually really excited about this squad, and yeah, having those practice squad members just rising tides raise all ships, and this team is the epitome of that. But Indianapolis comes in, no Nathan Digman today,
Yes.
but another group. This North Division kind of feels like they're all in a similar boat of rising talent that these new cores erupting from these collegiate programs. So Indianapolis gonna be a new look as well.
Yeah, that's the big storyline today here for the Intensity. No Nathan Digman, but with every absence or departure, there's a huge opportunity for a younger player, a player who's been looking for their chance to shine, to step up and show what they can do on the pitch. So I think we're going to see that on both sides of the field today. Indianapolis, especially in the chaser game, trying to make up for the production of Digman. Minneapolis missing April Grabner, the North Division MVP last year in the beating game. So a lot of chances for players to step up.
Let's take a look at the field. We're here at Parade Park here in Minneapolis. Like I said, a beautiful day today. A little overcast, no sunburns in the books for us. So pretty excited as we get down for Brooms Up. There we have Brooms Up. Max Meyer, first to get to the quaffle. Hands it over to Terry Carlson, or bats it over to Terry Carlson. As Minneapolis comes up with quaffle and bludger control.
Yeah, you're seeing the Indianapolis Intensity sit back in their 2-2 zone with Kennedy Murphy and Cole Collins playing point defense.
Max Meyer around the corner. Evans setting the pick. Ball's going to be reset. More of that 2-2 zone. There's the beat. Now they look to penetrate. Max Meyer over the top of his fellow chaser, number 13, Mike Devine.
Yeah, Max Meyer loves to work in those spaces behind the hoops. The shot was just a little off the mark there. The Monarchs are going to be looking for that chance, though, today.
Devine, excuse me. Yep. First defensive stop for Indianapolis. Crucial. I mean, the Major League Quidditch scene is so dense in their possessions. If you don't score, you're really playing catch up for the rest of the game in some of these matches. But Indianapolis comfortably moving the quaffle around. Number 7 at the top of the key, Cole Collins, replacing that role of Nathan Digman as it is blocked there. Peachy going in for the score, and it gets completely denied by Evans on the small hoop.
Yeah, that's a great defensive play by Cassandra Evans, just to step up and swarm those hoops. That's something Minneapolis has historically been really good at, just using their length and size around the hoops to make life difficult for their opponents.
All right, Minneapolis now moving up, moving forward. The first beat connects. Now walking forward, Mike Devine. Pass over, Evans. It goes through, actually. Terry Carlson scores on the hoop on what was an attempted pass, but score.
Yeah, and the Monarchs are going to love to have Terry Carlson back. Wasn't there for the Detroit series as Collins drives.
Gets denied by Meyer. Great defense. The ball reset to the middle of the field, but not a true reset in the sense. Number 22, Kennedy Murphy, passing over. Now to the back of the pitch. Peachy. This is Monica Marion. Over the top, in the top hoop, evening the score up 10-10.
And Monica Marion is such a key player for the intensity program. She's just so aggressive with the ball in her hands, always looking for an opening, trying to get to the hoops. That's going to be key for Indianapolis today to get their goal-scoring production level with their goal-scoring production in the past. Terry Carlson bringing up the quaffle for the Monarchs. Emma Persons with the ball in her hand now, looking for passing options behind beater Cody Narveson. Flips it back over to Carlson. Carlson looking for the drive now, throws it over the top to Meyer. Meyer is beat by Matt Brown. Matt Brown back with the intensity after being injured last year, missing the season. Just such a key member of the program back. Great to see him back on the field.
Yeah, a lot of additions to this team. We're going to see a lot of new names, new faces that are going to be having a pretty big impact. And one of those right now, ball carrying, it's Josh Horsham. Passing the ball over, though. Allison Manzella to behind the hoops. The pass into Max Meyer's hands. He gets a little rattled, though, as we get a stoppage.
Yeah, Meyer will look to shake that one off. Just might have taken a knock. Looks like he's walking off.
Really good minutes, though, from Max Meyer there. A couple key stops on the defensive end.
Yeah, it's a good quaffle recovery on the missed shot by Tyler Piper behind the hoops. Again, Minneapolis is going to want to limit the amount of shots that Indianapolis and possessions that Indianapolis gets today. Something they've been good at.
Now I'm looking here at the beater play. Cody Narveson really deep on this Indianapolis defense. Getting some support, though. They have bludger control, and they've kept it for the majority of this game. Gracie Johnson really anchoring the middle of the field while Cody has a chance to maybe get a couple beats that Gracie Johnson is demanding some attention on the front side from. Pass behind. O'Banner on the backside. A couple people open. Does look for the shot and does have a beater on the backside. That's Gracie Johnson. Able to pass bludgers back as quaffle is dropped. Play is stopped. It looks like a continuation after beat. Just a turnover. No card. Bassard given a little warning, and Indianapolis ball.
That's a great play by Tad Walters there to jump all over the quaffle and give this opportunity to Manzella, who's running now.
This is Manzella on the break. O'Banner with the defense, forces the pass back, but now we get the drive. Going through the middle, blocked by Bassard at the top of the key, recovered by Persons. Minneapolis half-court defense showing up big right now.
Yeah, they're certainly using their height and athleticism to their advantage to block those shots from Indianapolis. Indy's going to have to try to look for some more complex looks around the hoops, I think. They have the right idea with the aggression, but they got to support their driving chasers a little bit better.
This is Tyler Piper showing up on defense here, having the keeper headband, allowing a lot more freedom within that keeper zone at the top of the key. Minneapolis condensing Persons with the ball, passes to O'Banner. O'Banner to the backside. A shot, no good, right over the top. It's Seth Swesson on that shot. Indianapolis coming up with the quaffle, and O'Banner trying to make it difficult to get down the field.
Yeah, and Gracie Johnson gets bludger control back from Tad Walters on the last possession. Really great play there for the Monarchs. Still Narveson and Johnson in the game.
Long minutes right now. Minneapolis probably looking for a sub here in the next few possessions, but more offense here from Indianapolis. Horsham over to Alley. Manzella looking for the pass, does complete. Hannah Miller now with the quaffle. A little late on the pass. It does go over to Minneapolis as they ensure the possession is kept.
Yeah, Narveson was all over that pass, just a bit too long and looping from the intensity there. Couldn't really give Hannah Miller a chance to operate.
On defense here, Tad Walters without the bludger, looking to play a little point defense with Matthew Brown holding down the bludger for the defense. Persons over to O'Banner, looking for an opening, giving these two beaters a chance to get it. That's first beat, Nicole Nelson. 86, Nathan Podolsky, also on the left side. That's a great pass, Bassard with the oop.
What a cut from Bassard. I just love that look. Perfectly timed, perfectly executed from the Monarchs.
Score check. 6:47. Sadie? 6:47. No, score.
1-1.
Oh, okay.
Cole Collins is bringing the quaffle up, hands it off to Nevin O'Donnell, one of the newer members of the Intensity here today. Yeah, not quite sure what the score is. We think it's as O'Donnell drives.
Intensity with the ball to the backside. This is where they like it. Cole Collins looking for a move. Bludgers are there, though. It's Nicole Nelson showing up. Good pressure there by Swesson on the ball. Follow up there from Matthew Brown to clear him out. Quaffle moves over to the left. Mary Owen now passing over. Cole passes back. Beautiful score.
And that's textbook from the Intensity. That's exactly how they're going to want to run their offense. Draw your attention to how Mary Owens drew the beat from Minneapolis and got the ball out in time to Collins, who was able to find O'Donnell at the hoop for the goal.
And such a quick release on that catch and score.
Yeah, just great to watch.
Yeah. And just to clarify, the score now is Minneapolis 10, Indianapolis 20. The first score was ruled no good. Great defense. Indianapolis now fast breaking. Cole Collins going one way, now the other. O'Banner gives him the spin move into the hoop. It is a beautiful transitional play.
Yeah, as head referee Nick Jablonski stops play here. But Cole Collins is such an exciting athlete to watch. Just able to dodge bludgers. He had so much confidence there, taking on Nathan Podolsky with the bludger in his hand, and then getting through O'Banner for the goal. Love to see that from Cole Collins in transition.
I mean, he's coming in. He's stepping into that role that Nathan Digman has left, not here at this game. And ahead of the match, we talking with the team, they felt like this was Cole's game to shine.
Yes.
And in that play right there, we're seeing exactly what they were so excited about.
Yeah. Cole is just such a – came over from Kansas City last season, joined Boom Train for the USQ year, and has just quickly become a real dependable goal scorer for the Intensity program.
Podolski escorting the quaffle, does make the trade, but this is a trade going negatively for Minneapolis. They have to advance the quaffle, and they do. You get the goal, Bassard, but you lose bludger control. Indianapolis probably looking to go the other way as quickly as they can, as Podolski's able to recover. He still has 10 yards to go, though. This is a no bludger situation. O'Donnell driving down the pitch, looking for a pass option, pump fakes, does get it off. A score. That's exactly what they were looking for. Indianapolis capitalizing on an overextension from Minneapolis on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's too easy for Indianapolis. A great composure from O'Donnell, just comfortable with the ball in his hands, bringing it up, finding Peachy. But Peachy behind the hoops, huge threat, had way too much time for the Monarchs in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not to say that Minneapolis, it was the wrong play. You're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. You went 1-for-1 on goals. Still good.
For sure.
Still okay in most books. You hoped that bludger bounced a little better and allowed you to get something on defense. All right, Cam drops now with the quaffle, gets the pass off. Transitioned over to the right side, looking towards the top side. That's Cavante Johnson now. On the backside, Sidney Stomez as the lone eligible quaffle player. Waiting for the tag in here from Zeke Majeski. Looking to get full power. Podolski forward. Nicole Nelson now chasing the bludger. They've got an opportunity, but no, stripped there on the defensive end. Cam drops, loses the quaffle thanks to a beautiful play, honestly, from Tad on the defensive end. Now, the other way, another drop. Bludger's behind. They do notify the sideline doing their job. Majeski able to locate the beater.
A little bit of chaos there.
Yeah.
Some back and forth Quidditch. But a good beat from Nathan Podolski on Monica Marion to stop the fast break. And yeah, great tackle from Tad Walters, who's checked in at keeper now, bringing some of that Southwest physicality to the North Division.
I think that's a pretty long-standing comparison that now, honestly, with how fluid Quidditch has been in the last few years, so many players moving regions, transitioning play styles, and developing some of these ideas across what was historically pretty separated regions. It almost feels like it's everywhere now, especially at the MOQ level.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, don't want to diminish the physicality of other regions. I've been really impressed with what I've seen, and a lot of people have across MLQ this season. Yeah, and they're great tacklers everywhere now.
Indianapolis now with the ball. Tal Walters is going to be bringing this one up. He's got Peachy on the left side. Ooh.
Schluter misses a beat, and Indianapolis is going to have a no bludger situation here.
Yeah, they've got time too. The bludger is back, but the quaffle is tipped. It's Majeski on the defensive end. Tad Walters would love to have that one back.
Yeah, not quite enough urgency there to recognize the situation, and great recovery by Nicole Nelson to get the bludger back into play for Minneapolis.
Kaylee Fugate here on point defense for Indianapolis. Looking down Terry Carlson. It's been Schluter now clearing the way. Carlson looks for the shot and does not get it. Quaffle moving over to Indianapolis, and they've got an opportunity. Looks like there might be a call, though, on the opposite side of the field. Nope. Just advantage. Oh, the hoop.
Yeah, shot just didn't fall for Carlson, but he was close. I would like to see him take that shot again next time it was there.
Yeah, something he definitely likes. Kennedy Murphy now moving the ball outside. A lot of activity. This Indianapolis offense, a bit different than we're used to seeing. They're moving the ball quite regularly, looking more towards the sides than the front and back that we're used to. Murphy now off to the side. That's Dillard, Anaya Dillard on the play. The pass a bit too high.
Yeah. Connor Flatley just came a little bit off broom there, trying to get that pass, but Indianapolis will figure these things out as the series progresses.
It's a 3-game series.
Absolutely.
Quite a bit of time. If you've got nerves in game 1, usually they're gone by the end.
For sure.
Zeke Majeski passing the ball. O'Banner. Or sorry, Cavante Johnson on the far side. Terry Carlson now recovering. Bludgers on the ground. Gracie Johnson able to recover. Looking to punish. Does not get it. A great block there from Jim Richard.
What a catch.
Drive. Oh, Cavante Johnson puts it through.
Oh. 2 exceptional plays there. One was the catch from Gracie Johnson on Jim Richard on the ground. Just swallows the bludger. And second, Johnson, the drive, which the refs are talking about now, I believe. But just 2 outstanding plays from the Monarchs here. Bringing the answer to the recent run that Indianapolis has had.
When we get the call, you will. Goal's good. Goal's good. Minneapolis 30, Indianapolis 40. We're at a 10-point game. Pretty deep into the lines now. We're looking at 3rd, potentially 4th substitute here on these. Murphy gets the ball across. Anaya Dillard looking to drive, does get the pass off. This is Flatley with the conversion now, passes back up to the top of the key. Benjamin Peachy now. Pass back, Murphy to Peachy. Now they've got the bludger in play. Looking to gain control. Matthew Brown not able to make the catch. Now Flatley looking to buy time. Majeski with the defense. Shot, no good. Minneapolis recovers, and they've got a bludger. An injury on the field. Can I get the time?
It is 14:05.
Thank you. Okay. The time right now is 14:05. Fixing the scoreboard now. Nick Jablonski, head ref for this game. Pulling what is probably most characteristically triple duty, I think, at this point, with tech, setup, and refereeing. Down on the play there, Connor Flatley.
Yeah, our thoughts are with him right now.
It will appear to be a minute. And while we wait for assistance, we will go to a break and be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everybody. Just to address, it was Connor Flatley injured on the play. He has been tended to, will be receiving medical care and is being safely transported currently. Both teams and ourselves, our thoughts are absolutely with him in this time. But we still have Quidditch. I mean, we are 14 minutes into game one. There was, from, like we said, at this record crowd, a great positive response as a wave was given on the way out. Both teams now starting to finish their warm-ups and take the field. Let's talk about the first 14 minutes there. I mean, Indianapolis, obviously 10-point lead, 1 goal, still 6 minutes left, and with this break here, some of that time, a lot of those heavy minutes that we were seeing on the Minneapolis side, now maybe not as impactful. Kind of a chance for some of those heavier minute players, the Terry Carlsons, the Cody Narvisons, the Emma Parsons, getting a chance to rest up and come out here a bit more refreshed, and Indianapolis coming back into their starting lineup instead. Perhaps meeting on a more even playing field than they were anticipating.
Yeah, I think at the start of the game, Indy was having some trouble scoring on a really good Monarchs chaser defense that was swarming all over the hoops. But then as the game went on, they found some chances in transition, especially their beaters created some opportunities for the team to get out and run, and they were able to sneak out to a lead. But you're right, chance for players on both teams to rest and recuperate, and they'll be trying to pick up where they left off as we get started here.
I want to highlight on Minneapolis' side, Matthew Bassard really being a big spark plug on that offensive end, picking up 2 quick goals, 2 of the 3 on that offensive side on an alley-oop and a quick dunk. The other coming from Cavante Johnson, who initially not anticipating a lot of minutes, listed as a beater, coming in as a chaser, but here we've got the fast break. It's Terry Carlson picking up where they left off, evening this game as we start.
Yeah, that's a great play by Carlson, just to go coast to coast and put the quaffle through the hoops to tie the game.
Yeah. Indianapolis now on offense. Matthew Brown escorting the quaffle up with the bludger. Pass back up top, Murphy. This is Anaya Dillard recovering the ball inside of the boundary, getting the pass off. The beat, though, beautiful play. Oh, contested there. Number 11, Gracie Johnson on Minneapolis' defense, anchoring the backside of those hoops.
Yeah, another excellent play. She's been everywhere. On offense, she's making plays for bludger control. On defense, she's jumping all over passes, just forcing turnovers for the Monarchs. She's been so key for them today.
Minneapolis without bludger control. Indianapolis picking up those bludgers here. Murphy on point defense. Gracie Johnson looking to clear some pass. Max Meyer heading to the back of the hoops. Minneapolis taking some time on the offense. A couple fast breaks here and there as Gracie Johnson misses the catch, but it's the other side of the play. Play is stopped. Nick Jablonski halting the play. Ben Schluter actually creating a lot of havoc there after Gracie Johnson almost makes the catch.
Yeah, but it was Jim Richard forcing the turnover from Carlson and giving the opportunity to Murphy to run the other way.
Murphy, one to be in the passes. Beautiful Benjamin Peachy finishing the play.
Yeah, perfect timing from Kennedy Murphy to Ben Peachy there. That's a great combination for the intensity today.
Yeah, nothing Carlson can do on the defensive end. You're 2v1, and when the passes are that clean, it's guaranteed. Another trade. Richard looking to get aggressive. Max Meyer now with the quaffle. Carlson getting tagged up. Numbers favoring Indianapolis as the pass is wide. The turnover is there. Fortunately, though, for a pass like that, it does buy them time. to get back on defense, and Indianapolis is going to look for some subs.
Yeah, again, a really good play by Jim Richard, who checks out of the game now to pressure Gracie Johnson to throw the quaffle back, and then Matt Brown could clean up on the back end of the play to force the turnover for Indianapolis. Great shift from Brown and Richard.
Mrowick and Yakub as the beaters here. Is Mary Owen working the left side of the hoops, gets the pass a bit high. The wind picking up, honestly, in only that possession.
Yeah, a little bit of a burst there over Peachy's head.
Haven't felt it all day until now, but what we have felt is some impact from Terry Carlson. Another fast break goal while Indianapolis is caught sleeping.
Yeah, this is a great shift from Terry Carlson, and great beater play from Minneapolis. They don't have bludger control, but they were able to clear enough of a window for Terry Carlson to get another goal in transition.
Correction, it was 50-50 on the score. Bludger control still with Indianapolis. Good block there by Mrowick. Now the offense gets to work. This is Horsham looking for the pass, does get it off, and the goal on tackle. Jack Selner doing everything they can on the defensive end. Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, I think head referee Nick Jablonski is going to talk to the Minneapolis chaser there.
Yep. Back contact is the call. Selner, I mean, in that position with a pass like that going into Benjamin Peachy, who we've talked a lot about thus far, that size in the middle of the field, sometimes it's back contact or the freest goal, for the offensive end.
Yeah, it's been a really good showing from Peachy today, who beat mostly for Boom Train on their first starting line for most of the USQ season, missed the opening Detroit series with the intensity, but has come in today in the absence of Nathan Digman and just really done well in the quaffle game.
All right, another Terry Carlson fast break, and this one is even easier. Let's credit these beaters here on the offensive end. It's Ben Schluter this time escorting the play as Gracie Johnson just able to clean up any of the bludgers that are just generated on the ground.
Yeah,
on the offensive end.
Minneapolis doing so much with only one bludger. It's really impressive, actually, and India is going to have to figure out how to make better use of two bludgers, although one bludger is now going to be turned back over to the Monarchs.
17:38.
Didn't see exactly what the call was in the beater game, but the goal was good. Head referee Nick Jablonski signals.
All right, offensive. Kaylee Fugate getting the pass off to the middle of the field. This is Peachy at the top of the key. Heading to the backside of the hoop, Tyler Piper looking to be an option. Yakub with the bludger. The hoop is down, and bludger control rested from the Minneapolis side. Sailed over the hoops. Potentially, if that was the tall hoop off the ground, it goes in.
Yeah, bad break for Indianapolis. That the hoop was dislodged and fell down. Happens in Quidditch. Wasn't a reckless dislodgement play, which is worthy of a card. The referees judged.
I love the rotation in this Indianapolis defense. It hasn't been the same person on point defense. Everybody filling that role, but this role now being demanded. Minneapolis getting to the backside. Now bringing it back up top. Go ahead.
It's something they pride themselves on, the Indy program, their rotations in their zone defense. Yeah, exciting to see how it's playing out on the field as Meyer drives.
Good contact, Peachy, taking down Max Meyer, forcing a bad pass, but on the offensive end, Eleanor Peterson getting to the quaffle. Stop play. Looks like quaffle is going to remain in Indianapolis' side.
Peterson from the Mizzou program, one of the younger players on the Monarchs roster. Great to see her getting minutes here in game one. Cole Collins now with the ball, also a veteran of the Mizzou program.
Little collegiate rivalry.
Yeah.
Mary Owens looking for the pass. Gets a great spin move on the backside. This is Cole looking to drive. Does. The pump fake working beautifully there. Taking Selner off of his feet and making the goal really easy on that topside hoop.
I'll tell you, Cole Collins has one of the deadliest pump fakes that I've seen in Quidditch. Just a really smooth operator around the hoops.
Minneapolis making some substitutions. This is the last possession of regulation. Emma Persons over to Bassard. Evans on the close side. Oh, passes a little too short. O'Banner now looking back to Bassard and gets it right before the end of regulation. Bassard, another goal for this Minneapolis squad.
And there it is again. Every time it's been an off-ball cut, just so perfectly timed. I was going to say, as Bassard was bringing up the quaffle, this is a new position for him today, with the quaffle in his hands at the top of the key when he's been so effective cutting off ball. But flip the quaffle back over to O'Banner behind the hoops, and what do you know? It's Bassard making the cut from the front end this time.
Yeah, all tied up.
Yeah.
Heading into this end game. It is 70-70. Set score is 130. And we have a beautiful course right now. Behind us here, let's take you to the table view. Don't know if you can see it yet. We've got some trees there, but the Minneapolis skyline is actually behind us. Would love to be on the other side of the field for this, but
Yeah.
there is a bell or a bell tower.
Church bells.
Yeah, just going crazy
Yeah.
behind us, losing their minds. And honestly, just setting a really awesome stage for this end game.
Yeah, it's an idyllic scene for Quidditch here in Minnesota today. It's summer. We have some sun, but not too much.
No.
You know, it's a warm day, but it's not hot.
Yep.
So, yeah, great weather for Quidditch.
Yeah. I think Indianapolis fans would be a little happier with a bit less cloud cover, more intense of a sun presence. But, you know, here on the home turf of the Minneapolis Monarchs with honestly just a super awesome crowd.
Yeah.
Every score either side has just had a resounding applaud from these stands, and it feels really, really awesome to be here.
Yeah, such great support
Yeah.
from friends, family.
Even, I mean, I hear constantly in the crowds, you know, explanation of the game.
Yeah.
And that I think is the most exciting thing
Yes,
to me.
definitely.
There's just locals
Yeah.
stumbling into a Quidditch match, and that feels really, really fun.
Yeah, the team got some great coverage from Minnesota Public Radio. Came out to a practice on Wednesday night. They were great. You know, talked to the reporter, and I think that reporter was able to get the story out that Quidditch is really growing in Minnesota.
All right. Looking to bring the hometown fans another victory on the side of Minneapolis 2 years in a row. We have begun the end game. Set score once again, 130.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Mike Devine seeking for the Monarchs and Ali Manzella seeking for the intensity. Manzella's caught some snitches. It's always exciting.
Yeah,
She's going in
Adil,
now.
the seeker here in this game. Cole Collins on the offensive end, ball carrying, gets the pass off to the backside. Block by Bassard. Not only an offensive presence, but a defensive one as we get going the other way. Does not see the bludger, though. Number 60, Dustin Minnick. Haven't called his name, but sorry, we're going back the other way. This is endgame. This is Quidditch as we get a spin move. No, the bludger connects. It's Kennedy Murphy not able to get through. So much action and no scoring.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff. We have the beaters flying in and out of the quaffle game as
O'Banner, my goodness, getting up and throwing it down.
Somebody had to finish that play. with an emphatic dunk. It wouldn't have felt right otherwise.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, the energy it's right back in it. We had a pause, and they all turned it up, it feels like here. Yes, the beaters are occupied with this snitch play, and Cody Narveson having to commit a lot more resources there, but it's the intensity on the defensive and offensive side that's rising. Murphy pressured. Nelson on the pressure with the bludger. Minneapolis feeling comfortable here. Can commit one bludger to the quaffle play as the seeker play is taken care of by Cody Narveson. Pass to the top, Kennedy Murphy. They've got a moment. The bludgers are not in the quaffle play at the time. Peachy moving through a tackle and getting the shot through O'Banner on the defensive end.
Yeah, and it's been Peachy again behind the hoops, just getting into those spaces, winning one-on-ones, breaking tackles, finding the open hoop. Great performance from Peachy today as Bassard goes the other way. Miller swats it away.
Beautiful play. Persons looking to the top side. It's Bassard on the receiving end of a pass by O'Banner. The defense milliseconds late on the swat.
Yeah, Bassard just too strong there. And great find from O'Banner. That connection is really working today, O'Banner and Bassard.
90-80? Yep. So the score is 90-80. Looks like we're having update issues. The scoreboard should update periodically. It looks like it's not instantaneous, so if you bear with me. But O'Donnell now dragging Persons on the play. It is a muscle move through the defense. Persons characteristically a strong point defender, but just missed half a step and is playing catch up the rest of the way.
Yeah, what persistence, what tenacity from Nevin O'Donnell there to shake through the tackle and locate the open hoop. Great shot from O'Donnell, one of the younger players in the Indy program.
All right. On the other end, a block by Peachy, but Persons picks it up. Secondary block on the other side, 2 on the play. Peachy getting fired up on the defensive end. Oh, was that a goaltend, though? Oh, maybe O'Donnell called on the play? Back contact, yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, a little bit overeager from the intensity defense there.
Peachy, that's your guy. That's your guy. You're looking at him. No, you're good. All right. All right, on the offensive end, cleaned up a banner now. On the passing end last time, the receiving end here gets on the board.
Yeah, another impressive display of athleticism from Terry Carlson, who's just been racing up and down the pitch and finishing with style today. Love to see it for the Monarchs.
And we were praising the tenacity of O'Donnell on the offensive end last time, but it's Persons and O'Banner this time for Minneapolis.
What
and
an
Persons
interception!
Reading the play in the mind there. Mary Owen on the offensive end just barely can't hold on.
Yeah,
selling out for the defensive stop. And I mean, if you're on the offensive end as an intensity fan or player, and Minneapolis is making reads like that, you're second guessing a lot of your plays.
Yeah, for sure. It's just fantastic anticipation, knowing how Indy likes to move the ball from film study maybe, or just from great instincts on the pitch. That's what you want to see in an off-ball chaser defender. A really hard play to make in Quidditch, a straight-up interception of the quaffle, but an exciting one for sure.
And if she cleans that, or if she is able to catch that cleanly, it was open field.
Yeah.
She had all the momentum. O'Donnell was on the back foot there, and that was the potential play, and you have to think that's what they were looking for. O'Donnell now losing some of the footing, does not get the shot. Peachy on a spin move, backhanded throw through the hoops. We're going to get confirmation that it was good, but what a play. I don't know that I've seen a shot like that before.
Yeah, I know. O'Donnell started that play by dodging a beat and spinning. He's going to sub out of the game right now with an injury. But just a fantastic effort to shoot the quaffle while falling down.
Yeah.
And a great play by Peachy to finish the play.
100, 100. And we are all tied up. The goal was good. 100 to 100. A snitch catch wins this. Right now, Tad Walters seeking for the side of Indianapolis, and it's Zeke Majeski on the side of Minneapolis. Bludger control here, favoring the side of Indianapolis. O'Banner looking to cross. Great pass and shoot. Terry Carlson getting up for the shot.
Yeah, the beaters for both teams right now are located around the snitch. We'll see how long that lasts, as the Monarchs are now only 2 goals away from winning. Walters working on the snitch, though.
Has 5 more seconds as Minneapolis looks to get into the other side of the field with their bludgers, but it's in Indianapolis's beaters that are keeping them out. Now, bludger control on the other side. Horsham shot over the top. Gracie Johnson now looking to use that bludger control. Zeke Majeski does not come up with a snitch in the meantime.
Yeah, just not quite the execution that the intensity needed to score on the last possession. They're going to have to lock down on defense now.
Narveson missing the shot, or sorry, the beat. Yakub looking for the bludger and dismounts. Pass over to Persons. Persons gets the ball out. Carlson now with the quaffle. It looks like advantage is being made. Could be a back contact, but play is still on. Advantage is still going. Majeski looking for the snitch as well. They are buying time. They know they have possession of the quaffle. And, okay, now advancement is stopped. Play is stopped.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is there. There was a great tackle by Kennedy Murphy on Terry Carlson there, but looks like Josh Horcham is going to receive a blue card.
Yep. It was head contact or neck contact, not back. With the power play, Minneapolis in possession of the quaffle and with bludger control. Terry Carlson gets the pass off. Persons maintaining quaffle. Back to Carlson. Johnson and Narveson with bludgers, escorting the offense and giving all of the time in the world to Devine, now seeking on Minneapolis' side. Horsham coming in 5 seconds for the defense of Indianapolis. The ball turning over, but it's the snitch play still favoring Minneapolis in the moment.
Yeah, so on the last possession, Linnea Schultz, who is now subbing out of the game, dropped back into quaffle defense for the intensity, and Minneapolis with Mike Devine at seeker is getting the lion's share of the opportunities now.
Murphy to Peachy. Peachy at the top of the key. Has Dillard on the right side. Spots are a bit too late, though. Pass over the top, perhaps anticipating a cut towards the other side of the hoops. Feels like the team's favoring more of the quaffle play somewhat with the beaters in this midfield. Once it starts to hit to the side of the hoops and the backside, then they go back to the seekers. But while it's convenient, sticking to quaffle play while it's still in the midfield.
Yeah, it makes sense. Minneapolis is only 2 goals away, and they have possession right now. So that's why you see such
Ooh, Murphy on the contact. Able to take down Persons.
Yeah, what a tackle from Murphy.
Now Cam drops, driving. The bludger does connect, although it is deemed a pass. Beautiful pass. O'Banner to Stomez on the goal. Awaiting confirmation.
Yeah, Nia Dillard is the player down. Hopefully she's okay.
Those bells going harder than ever, honestly.
Yeah.
The entire end game, I think, is going to consist of this. I don't think broadcast can pick this up, but it is so cool, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, me neither. Score check.
120 Monarchs, 100.
All right, score confirmation: 120 Monarchs, 100 intensity. 1 goal to go here for the Monarchs. Still, though, if Indianapolis pulls Snitch, they will win game 1. They just have to do it before they concede another goal.
That's true, and I wonder if we'll see the intensity shift their beaters back more fully to the Snitch on these possessions.
Yeah, I think that if you have some goals to play with, I mean, we're getting into some of the more strategy of the game here, but really, I mean, if you've got bludger control, even 1-1 feels okay. You don't feel too bad about committing something to the quaffle play. Once again, if it is convenient, if it is in the mid-pitch, and you're able to quickly transition if pressure arises.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm sure they're also going to be trying to get a point on the board here, as Minneapolis has just really come out in the endgame scenario and performed really well, executed their passes, finished around the hoops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a good performance from the Monarchs.
Yeah, and I want to address some of the physicality that we're starting to see now. I mean, Murphy and Persons meeting multiple times now in the midfield and on the hoop side. And, I mean, Peachy we've seen almost throughout the game, being a dominant presence there, as Anaya Dillard is able to walk off to the applause of the crowd and the players. But it's crunch time, this is where the fast breaks start to occur. The no bludger situations are much more abundant. I mean, O'Banner really stepping up here.
Yeah.
Was a bit quiet in the early parts of that. It was more Bassard coming in there. But, I mean, Terry Carlson playing an impact throughout, and it's O'Banner that's picked up some of those plays with Persons being on the opposite end, usually just able to be that constant. If you're committing too much to those drives, easiest goal of your life on the other side.
Yeah. On the physicality point, Minneapolis has a lot of size. They're comfortable working through tackles,
Yep.
and they swarm the hoops, like we've said. On the Indianapolis side, something they've really taken pride in is their tackling form, using their low centers of gravity to bring players to the ground, as Kennedy Murphy brings the quaffle up now.
Matthew Brown defending both bludgers here. Gracie Johnson able to pick a one and beat Brown. Yakub now looking for the lone bludger on the far side. Does get to it. Indianapolis will have control. Max Meyer is seeker for Minneapolis. This is Cole Collins able to get the pass off. Monica Marion. But it's a fast break. O'Banner to win it. Game 1 goes to Minneapolis in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, a walk-off from O'Banner with the interception to the delight of the fans here in Minneapolis.
Officially, Nick Jablonski blowing the whistle. Game is called. Game 1 to Minneapolis. O'Banner, I mean, we called it out, making more of those plays towards the end of the game, able to create that turnover with the help of Gracie Johnson on the beating end.
Yeah.
Fast break. I mean, that was honestly the story of the story of the second half.
Yeah, the Monarchs beaters, whether they had bludger control or not, were able to create a lot of really good opportunities for the Monarchs to get out in transition.
Yep.
And the Monarchs chasers had the athleticism to finish, the teamwork, to make the key passes around the hoops, the timing on those cuts. Just a really impressive comeback from the Minneapolis Monarchs.
Yeah. The next game, we are looking at a 4:35 Central start time. But until then, I mean, we've got 20 minutes. We will cut to a break, but we will close out some of the initial first game with some analysis. I mean, Minneapolis building up the intensity, same thing. I shouldn't have said that. Building up some of the physicality, I should say.
Right.
And matched, in my opinion, with the Indianapolis intensity. It was just a matter of the bludger control, and it felt like Minneapolis was able to maintain that more often and create those fast breaks.
Yeah, they were certainly able to do more with it at times, and the coordination was maybe better with their chasers. Just being aware of where the opportunities on the field lied and seizing them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really impressed with the teamwork from the Monarchs today.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to point to Indianapolis missing out on Nathan Digman, one of their perennially, anchors of the team in that quaffle play. But I mean, Cole Collins stepping in.
Yeah.
If he was wearing the number 33, obviously, they look very different. But as far as impact on the game, it felt very similar.
Yeah, I think the questions that many viewers might have had about the Indianapolis Chasing Corps heading into this series without Nathan Digman were largely answered.
Yeah.
Great game from Collins, a really impressive performance from Peachy and Kennedy Murphy.
Yep.
Those two had great chemistry on the pitch together, especially with Peachy coming back into the quaffle game after not playing the position during the USQ season. Just a lot of good stuff from the intensity. Nevin O'Donnell with a couple goals, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Especially in that mid-game. I mean,
yeah.
While those lines start to tire, as we were reaching that 13-minute mark, and you're seeing some of the heat start to get to those players. Nevin O'Donnell, really felt like a bit of a spark for the team.
Yeah, definitely.
And coming in, creating some moments, and just being more active on the pitch. A couple shakes here and there, maybe not as effective in the early game, but you get down into the mid and late, that's where it starts to work, and it seems like that's his game.
Yeah, and making good decisions with the ball, which has been a real hallmark of the Indianapolis program. Just trying not to turn the ball over and to make smart passes. They're going to have to find a way to stick with the Monarchs in the end game, especially. As the beaters float in and out of the quaffle game, that's going to be a real challenge for Indy heading into Game 2, and something that I'm sure they're talking about now. But overall, an encouraging performance.
Yeah, I think going into Game 2, I'm looking at that beater core of the Indianapolis Intensity. They came in with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
They feel like that is one of the strongest areas of their team. But, we didn't really get to see the typical impact that like Yakub and Walters and Meroic, Richard. Honestly, Richard might have been one of the highest impact beaters for that team.
Yeah, Richard forced a couple of really key turnovers.
Yeah.
I think going forward, we're going to want to see the Indy beaters get a little bit more aggressive on defense to try to force those opportunities for the intensity to get out and run.
Yeah.
Something that Minneapolis is doing really well, something that Indy did really well against Detroit. But they still need to show that they can do here against a much more composed Minneapolis team that knows where their cuts are coming from and has located them today.
Yeah, Nelson and Johnson, as well as Narveson on the beater end for Minneapolis, doing a lot to really disrupt them. I've noticed a lot of like a two-pronged attack. You've got with bludger control. It is typically Gracie Johnson, bringing up the bludger on the top of the key, assisting the quaffle player, and then you've got the other beater coming in from the backside, looking for any opportunity, because as a defensive beater, you can't see them both at the same time. You have to make a decision one way or the other, and if you move a bit too early or a bit too late, that's whenever the opposite attacks, and that's what they're looking for. Right now, I mean, Cody Narveson ahead of the game was talking about how at the moment it is an internal look whenever they're trying to just develop the team. Yes, they game planned a little bit for Indianapolis. It is one of the teams that they look forward to playing each and every year. And as what is becoming more of a rivalry, you kind of have to. But this team is still working on their own identity, and it feels like that might be what they're looking at as like a comfort.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they have a number of different looks that they can throw at teams in the beating game on offense, whether it's Johnson with the ball, Johnson without the ball.
Yeah.
She can really do it all.
Yeah.
And same with the other beaters on the Monarchs roster.
Well, Schluter, I think, offers a bit more physicality for a Minneapolis side that maybe the intensity weren't ready for. I would characteristically categorize the intensity as that physical beating team, the one that is ready to welcome that contact. I mean, Schluter met him and came out on top more often than not.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I think Schluter was certainly effective at times, especially bringing the physicality. And Narveson was kind of that steady hand in the beater game, just making good decisions, not giving easy bludger turnovers. So, yeah, I think all around a performance that the Monarchs can be proud of here in Game 1.
Yep. Well, the downtown bells have ended.
Silent.
So has Game 1.
Yeah.
Heading into Game 2, Minneapolis up a game. We're going to cut it to break real quick, get some water as it starts to heat up here. Yes, it does get hot in Minneapolis. I think we are looking at even 90-plus degree weather today. So nowhere is safe here in the States, it seems. But we will be right back in just a moment.